my book, I've been implementing this method for writers, which is like you write 100 words per day. That's it. And so I've been implementing that, and I've been doing that. I just haven't done it every day. I've done it inconsistently. And so for the month of June, I'm going to already pre-plan my journal. I mean, I have this other book. I'm going to pre-plan this book that I got like from Five Below. And so it gives you like a to-do list. It's very simple. I love it because it's just very simple. Like it just lets me have something to look forward to in a very simple way. And so it helps me to create an intention of the day, what I want to feel like today, the actions that I have to take to support my intentions, the to-do list of the day, and my wins. So that way it makes me come back at the end of the night, although I'm not consistent on that either. But like, you don't have to start automatically your year in 20, like at the beginning of the year. No, like it starts any new month, whatever new month you want to create it to be your new month, just use it. Like plan for things for that to be your new month. It doesn't have to be until January 2025 for you to start all this. Like you do this any day of the week. Like you can literally start today. Okay. And honestly, it helps because when I do cross my to-do list, I'd be like so proud of me, and my day be like, I'd be on like the high, the really high energy. And then when I am like not as consistent with my day or whatever, or something is like thrown off, I get a little bit like eerie because it's like I know I had a schedule that I wanted to go by, and then it just didn't work out. And so I try to give myself as much grace as I can, because I know sometimes it can be out of my control, or sometimes, like I mentioned, some habits that you have lead you to do those things. So you just kind of have to learn to decipher the two and say, okay, what was really out of my control and what was in my control, and I understand what's in my control. So now I know to remove that and to work towards bringing in something new that's going to help me be more productive and more aware of my time, and use my time more wisely. Yes, I'm going to plan that I'm going to write, and I'm going to use that as my coping mechanism from breaking free of other habits. And I honestly write like simple things, like things that you probably like wouldn't think I'd write. So just like update expenses. I try to update expenses every week, but I like to write it because even if I don't do it on a Sunday, I probably did it like 2 days before. I honestly just write it. So most of my list, my to-do list is always the same. It's only if like something is going to happen. Like recently I went to my sister's graduation. You know, my whole day would probably be just focused on that because I know it can take up so much time. Whereas other things, if I'm home, I can just do it all while I'm here. And so I just try to plan according to that. And yeah, so majority of my days, they're all like the same. Now, this is where I'm challenging myself though this upcoming month to just staying consistent with it, because I was like, one day I'll have like a really low day, and I'll allow myself to be drawn into that low day that I don't get anything done. Whereas if I do something, or some mountain might be so much bigger than I thought, like creating a website sometimes feels like a really big mountain, and so it can paralyze you to stay stagnant and not move into your truest, like what you're supposed to be doing. And so a lot of times I allow certain things to get me that way. So now it's like breaking those habits. Like I said, it's just reprogramming my mind to say, okay, I understand that it's there. However, I'm still going to do the thing that I need to do to figure out what I need to get done, because we're not going to allow ourselves to stay paralyzed. Like we're going to become so much more doing things than just allowing us to get paralyzed by it. It just keeps me organized, because when I am following it, I have really good days. But when I get out of whack with it, where on terms because of what I decided to do, that's when it throws me off. And so I get a little tight on myself because I can do better. And I know that. And so now I'm going to practice that by writing everything down. We got to write it all down. We got to just put it out there. You know, it's like, let it be known. It's a verse. It really is. Let it be known. He said, the guy can run and you still should be able to see it if it was written on a stone or something like that. We just got to work. You just got to do anything that you wanted to do. You just got to do it. Just do it. Don't be afraid. Like, what's the worst that's going to happen? You know, like, just embrace the journey. Like really embrace the journey and love yourself for it. Love yourself through it. You know, don't be so hard on yourself, and just try to do right, because that's what's really important, is just doing right by God, right by yourself, and right by others. You know, you just want to do right. And so that's my goal, is just to do right. I just want to do right. Still living life to my fullest, or to what I would consider my fullest potential. Still living life to what I like. you know, the things that I enjoy doing. So it's not like you have to create this whole perfect image. No, because we're all sinful people. We're gonna sin. Sin is in our nature. However, I mean, I haven't touched much on this conversation, so you guys are open to correct me, okay? As of right now, though, I've thought that maybe since sin is in our nature, because it's in our nature to sin, we could decide what sins we prefer aside from the 7 deadly sins. Because if you are dealing with the 7 deadly sins, yes, you have to work on those. I'm not talking about those at all. Like, those lead to death, okay? I'm good, okay? I'm talking about the sins that are the other sins, the ones that are less likely to lead you to death, okay? However, we all have one sin that we're battling, which is, that's our tree, that's our fruit of the good and bad. Like, that's our tree, which is one of the 7 deadly sins. If you know the 7 deadly sins, then you know, like, we're all dealing with one of them. We just have to learn to know when it's coming, like know when the enemy is trying to attempt us with either of these, because it could be in different seasons. The season can change for what sin you have. You just have to know, you know. And so you have to be aware of when the enemy tries to attack you in those ways. I'm talking about the other sins though, and the ones that don't lead to death. And so yeah, you just gotta understand that, you know, you gotta live life still though. I remember there's a chapter in King Solomon's book where he talks about how, you know, like, you don't want to live too right. Me speaking life to myself or of that person is more likely to occur than instead of me continuing to dead the person that I see myself becoming, because that was my old reality. Now that no longer serves me, because those thoughts no longer serve me, because it was only going against what I truly wanted. And so now I'm aware of that, and now I get to put my time towards the things that I desire. And that's why it's important that we schedule and we make a calendar, because we have to book those things for ourselves. Like, nobody's gonna book your concert yet or your show you're gonna perform at, because they don't know you yet. But once they know you, and people want to go see you, and people want to be around you, and people are willing to pay for your services, then and only then will somebody will book you for you to come. Up until then, you have to put yourself out there first. You have to reach those people. You have to put yourself out there. Get in contact with people that like the same things that you do. It's not that nobody likes what you're doing. It's just that nobody knows you. Nobody knows that you're doing these things. And so it's the same thing goes for me. Like, I was a content creator. I was just an unseen content creator because I was so afraid of being seen. When it's like, but I wanted to be a content creator, so why was I so afraid of being seen if it ain't serve me? And so now I understand that, and now I know I'm gonna just do the thing that I need to do and forget about what people think, you know. Yes, that's what we're going to do, is challenge, you know, is really live on the edge and remove mountains. You know, it's like, these mountains don't serve me anymore. These thoughts don't serve me anymore. These feelings, or how I used to think about what people thought about me, or how I thought I sounded, or whatever, like, it don't serve me. And my goal is to just be as authentic as myself, like, around anybody. Like, just be me, like, literally just live and be me. And so that's my whole goal. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I am going to now probably make dinner. Okay, so I think I'm clear. I think I did everything that I need to break down. I need to drink water. That is correct. I need to plan for the next video. That is correct. And I need to read for 10 minutes. That is correct. And I already made lunch, but I need to make dinner. And then obviously spend time with Raphael and some time with Anastasia. My work here is done. It is 5:24 and I finished my work. And so now I get to enjoy my family. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you guys in the next video.